Hello everyone, and welcome back to the podcast. Today we are going to talk about something that almost everyone has experienced at least once in their life, not being able to sleep. You go to bed, you turn off the lights, you close your eyes, and then nothing happens. Your body is tired, but your mind is wide awake. Hours pass, and you start thinking, why can't I sleep? In this episode, we'll explore the truth about insomnia, why it happens, and what you can actually do to improve your sleep. I'll explain everything in simple language, so if you're learning English, this is also a great chance to practice listening and learn useful vocabulary related to health and daily life. Let's start with a simple question: what is insomnia? Insomnia is a sleep problem where a person has difficulty falling asleep, staying asleep, or waking up too early and not being able to fall asleep again. It's not just one bad night. Everyone has trouble sleeping sometimes, for example before an exam, a job interview, or an important event. Insomnia becomes a problem when it happens often and starts to affect your daily life. People with insomnia may feel tired during the day, have trouble concentrating, feel irritated, or even feel anxious and sad. Sleep is not just rest, it is necessary for your brain and body to recover. Without enough sleep, everything becomes more difficult: working, studying, making decisions, and even talking to people. Now, many people think insomnia is only about stress. And yes, stress is a big reason, but it is not the only one. The truth is, insomnia is usually caused by a combination of different factors. One of the most common causes is a busy or overactive mind. When you finally lie down in bed, your brain starts thinking about everything you didn't have time to think about during the day. You remember an email you forgot to send, a conversation you had, or something embarrassing that happened years ago. Your body is in bed, but your brain is still running like a computer with too many programs open. Another important reason is our modern lifestyle. Many of us spend hours looking at screens, phones, laptops, tablets, and televisions. These screens produce blue light, which tells your brain that it is still daytime. As a result, your body does not produce enough melatonin. Melatonin is a hormone that helps you feel sleepy and tells your body that it is time to rest. So, if you use your phone in bed or watch series late at night, you may be teaching your brain to stay awake instead of preparing for sleep. This is one of the biggest sleep problems in the modern world. Caffeine is another hidden enemy of good sleep. Coffee, energy drinks, cola, and even some types of tea contain caffeine. Caffeine is a stimulant, which means it makes your brain more active. Many people think that drinking coffee in the afternoon is fine, but caffeine can stay in your body for 6 to 8 hours, sometimes even longer. So that cup of coffee at 4 p.m. might still be affecting you at 10 or 11 at night. Let's also talk about anxiety. Anxiety and insomnia often go together. When you feel worried or nervous, your body goes into what we call fight or flight mode. This is a natural reaction that helped humans survive in dangerous situations in the past. Your heart beats faster, your muscles become tense, and your brain becomes very alert. This is useful if you need to run away from danger, but it is terrible if you are trying to fall asleep in a quiet, safe bedroom. Sometimes insomnia itself creates more anxiety. You lie in bed thinking, if I don't sleep now, tomorrow will be terrible. I won't be able to work. I'll be exhausted. These thoughts make you more stressed, and the stress makes it even harder to sleep. It becomes a vicious circle: you can't sleep because you're worried, and you're worried because you can't sleep. Now that we understand some of the reasons, let's talk about myths about sleep. Many people believe things about sleep that are simply not true. One popular myth is that everyone needs exactly 8 hours of sleep. In reality, sleep needs are different for each person. Some people feel great after 7 hours, while others need 9. The important thing is not the number, but how you feel during the day. If you wake up feeling refreshed and you have energy, your sleep is probably good enough, even if it is not exactly 8 hours. Another myth is that you should stay in bed and try harder to sleep if you can't fall asleep. This sounds logical, but it is often the wrong approach. If you stay in bed for hours, awake and frustrated, your brain starts to connect the bed with stress instead of relaxation. Over time, just lying in bed can make you feel anxious. Sleep experts often suggest something different. If you can't fall asleep after about 20 minutes, it may be better to get up, go to another room, and do something calm and quiet, like reading a book or listening to soft music. When you start to feel sleepy, you can go back to bed. This helps your brain learn that the bed is only for sleeping, not for worrying. So, what can you actually do to improve your sleep? Let's look at some simple, practical tips that you can start using tonight. The first tip is to create a regular sleep schedule. This means going to bed and waking up at the same time every day, even on weekends. I know this sounds difficult, especially if you like to sleep late on Saturday and Sunday. But your body has an internal clock, called the circadian rhythm. This clock likes routine. When you go to bed and wake up at different times every day, your body becomes confused, and sleep becomes more difficult. The second tip is to build a relaxing bedtime routine. Your body needs time to understand that the day is ending. You cannot go from working, studying, or watching exciting videos directly to deep sleep in 5 minutes. Try to spend the last 30 to 60 minutes before bed doing calm activities. You could take a warm shower, read a book, write in a journal, or listen to quiet music. These activities send a signal to your brain that it is time to slow down. Another very important tip is to reduce screen time before bed. Ideally, you should stop using your phone, computer, and TV at least 1 hour before you go to sleep. If this is too difficult at first, you can start with 30 minutes and slowly increase the time. You can also use night mode or blue light filters on your devices, but remember that the best option is still to avoid screens completely before bed. Your bedroom environment also plays a big role in how well you sleep. Try to make your bedroom dark, quiet, and cool. Darkness is important because light tells your brain to stay awake. You can use thick curtains or an eye mask if your room is too bright. If noise is a problem, you might try earplugs or soft background sounds like white noise or gentle rain sounds. Let's also talk about food and drink. It is better to avoid heavy meals right before bed, because your body will be busy digesting food instead of resting. On the other hand, going to bed very hungry can also make it hard to sleep. A small, light snack, like a banana or yogurt, is usually fine. And as we mentioned earlier, it's a good idea to avoid caffeine in the late afternoon and evening. Exercise is another powerful tool for better sleep. Regular physical activity helps reduce stress, improves your mood, and makes your body feel naturally tired at night. However, very intense exercise right before bed can make you feel more awake, so it is usually better to exercise earlier in the day or at least a few hours before bedtime. Some people also find relaxation techniques helpful. Simple breathing exercises, meditation, or gentle stretching can calm your mind and relax your muscles. For example, you can try a very simple breathing technique. Breathe in slowly through your nose for 4 seconds, hold your breath for 4 seconds, and then breathe out slowly through your mouth for 4 seconds. Repeating this a few times can help your body relax. Now, let's talk about something important. When should you see a doctor about your sleep problems? If you have had trouble sleeping for several weeks or months, and it is affecting your work, your studies, or your mental health, it is a good idea to speak with a healthcare professional. Sometimes insomnia is connected to other health problems, such as depression, anxiety disorders, or sleep conditions like sleep apnea. In these cases, simple lifestyle changes may not be enough, and professional help can make a big difference. There are also therapies specifically designed to treat insomnia. One of the most effective is called cognitive behavioral therapy for insomnia, often shortened to CBTI. This therapy helps you change negative thoughts and habits related to sleep. Instead of just giving you sleeping pills, it teaches you long-term skills to improve your sleep naturally. Before we finish, I want to share one more important idea. Don't panic about one bad night of sleep. Your body is stronger than you think. If you sleep badly one night, you will probably feel tired the next day, but most people can still function. The next night, your body will usually try to recover by falling asleep faster or sleeping more deeply. Worrying too much about sleep often makes the problem worse. So, if you wake up at 3 a.m. and can't fall back asleep, try not to look at the clock every 5 minutes and think, "I'm losing sleep, this is a disaster." Instead, remind yourself that your body knows how to sleep. Stay calm, breathe slowly, and give yourself time. To summarize today's episode, insomnia is common and usually caused by a mix of stress, lifestyle habits, and mental activity. Good sleep is not only about how many hours you spend in bed, but also about your routines, your environment, and your daily habits. Simple changes like keeping a regular schedule, reducing screen time, limiting caffeine, and creating a relaxing bedtime routine can make a real difference over time. Improving sleep does not usually happen in one night. It is more like training your body and your brain to follow healthier patterns. Be patient with yourself and try 1 or 2 changes at a time, instead of trying to change everything at once. Thank you for spending this time with me today. I hope this episode helped you understand why you sometimes can't sleep and gave you practical ideas you can try. If you found this topic useful, you might want to listen again to practice your English and remember the new vocabulary about sleep and health. Sleep well, take care of your mind and body, and I'll talk to you again in the next episode.